From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, Sear plus C. We left property, kind of, to have a super fancy signature meal at a Michelin recommended restaurant. We went with 12 of our friends, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Sear plus C. Salt and straw? No, Sear plus C. On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast. I'm very depressed. My friend Kevin went home today.
Oh.
That I saw probably a total of 30 minutes when he was here for 3 weeks. He says I was too busy with my other friends. That's what he said to me last night.
Well, I have an excuse because I was gone for 2 days. Out of the 5 days we were going to be there. So 2 out of the 5 days I was gone. So I have a little bit of an excuse.
Well, he's coming next September, and there is no G3 plan for next September. So we will have quality time with him.
Okay. So he's doing the same thing on September. He didn't learn his lesson on this one?
I think he's coming like the week before next year.
No.
Because he was hoping that he could upgrade his UK tickets to annual passes, but Disney would not let him. He tried.
I know.
He thought in person he might have better luck because he couldn't get them to do it over the phone. But no, his UK tickets were so discounted that they wouldn't sell him they wouldn't upgrade it to an annual pass.
That's crazy.
So,
well,
yeah.
I don't know. Well, he needs to come in when it's cooler.
To get 2 trips on that one ticket, but
no, he probably likes it when it's warm. But it's just September's just too darn warm.
It is hot. It's hot.
Rainy
this morning
and hot.
We had that bad storm and it was raining and windy, and I thought, it's going to be cool outside, and I stepped outside and it was not cool. It was just balmy. It was not pleasant.
Muggy.
We had to turn the air back on.
Yep, I had the air on. It's been nice, but next week's supposed to be beautiful all week next week. This weekend's supposed to turn cold again, and then in the 70s and maybe dip down to 50s a couple of days. So it'll be beautiful. It's beautiful. That to me, that's Disney weather right there. All right. So on the show this week, you got to try a new restaurant, and I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
So we have a group of friends that enjoy fine dining, and we talk about weird food. We eat some weird food, and we have this one chat where we talk about whenever we see new menu items at Disney, or even when we eat something at home or a new recipe, we share it with our friends. And a bunch of us were going for the meetup that we just had last week. And in the preparation for the meetup, we decided we wanted to try someplace new. We wanted to try someplace really off the beaten path that people don't talk about or try. Last year, after COVID, the new Michelin guide came out and recommended a few restaurants in Orlando. And we originally wanted to go to Kappa, which is at the Four Seasons over in Golden Oak. Kappa has a Michelin star, but Kappa was closed during our trip. It was being renovated. So, that's Andy messaging me. So we decided to shoot for a Michelin recommended restaurant, which isn't as good as a star, but one of them was Sear and C, which is in the JW Marriott at Bonnet Creek. So it's right there on property, but not really on property. You know Bonnet Creek well, so.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that name though. Sear and C.
Sear plus C. Well, that's a running joke because we all kept calling it salt because of Salt and Straw. We kept calling it Salt and Sea and Sear and Salt and Sear and Straw. We kept messing it up. So, and Andy was calling it Seersucker.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of a weird name.
Yeah. So, but it's Sear and C because it's sear like you sear a steak.
Yeah, I get it.
Because they do really good steaks there. And C because they also do really good seafood.
Okay, but I don't know. Whatever.
So, but it was well, we're going to have some people on tonight to talk about it, but I'm glad we did it. I'll just preface.
You teased it on the recent podcast and said it was a 9 out of 10.
Did I say that?
You did, yeah. You did say 9 out of 10. I think I shouldn't have even said anything. That. Yeah. Maybe you're, now you're rethinking it. You did say it.
No, I don't. There were some hits and some misses. So we'll talk about that. So I do have, I don't think we should really go into the news. The news has been talked about ad nauseum. We did talk about it on our recent Patreon episode. And, we have a lot of friends that have already covered it, especially since our show comes out 6 days later. I'm just getting messages from people that are supposed to come on. I just think, the news is been talked about, but,
okay. Well, you can think for Facebook.
Passes went up $50, $4 a month.
I know. It is what it is. Up. Yeah. Memory Maker went up. But guess what they did, Tony Ann? I know we talked about the Patreon, but if you're not a Patreon, you should be. I mean, because really our lowest tier is like $3. I mean, come on, that's like a pack of gum.
You could listen to Dave.
No, but the thing is, they baited you in with all this stuff. Oh, we're giving you this. We're giving you park reservations again. You don't have to wait till 2 if you're in a this, that, all this stuff. And the trams are back.
The trams are back.
The trams are back. Like that was a special thing. No, and just whatever.
I don't know, dude.
You're gonna get some people that are gonna be irritated that it went up, and they're gonna complain. They're gonna quit. They're never gonna come back. They're gonna not renew their passes. Blah blah blah.
I'm getting a lot of Facebook friend requests from strange men that are obviously fake profiles.
Really?
Yes. It's been very, very. This week I've gotten 3. They're all in the military. And when I do like reverse image searches, they're usually generals. Like in real life, the people that the pictures are actually of. Obviously, these Facebook accounts, there's not just 3 random United States generals that want to be my friend because they saw my picture and think I look like a nice lady. But
someone's trying to hack you, I think.
Yes. Yeah. What? Are you saying that these men don't really want to be my friend?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I mean, you're the one that said it. I mean, come on.
No. But it's really funny because you do reverse image searches on the the profile pictures. Yeah. And they're getting them from like LinkedIn and but they're all military.
How dare they? I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any.
Well, nobody wants to be your friend. You don't look like a nice lady.
No generals are trying to be my friend.
The news has been talked about, I'm sure, but I'm still going to buy my pass. It's $50 more this year, $4 a month.
Yeah, I'll probably still buy mine. Well, mine's not even up till March, so I still got some time.
Yeah, mine's actually April, so.
All right, you got anything for Facebook?
I actually do.
Oh, you do? Well, that's unusual. Okay, then. I guess I'm going to have to do it. I might be a little rusty, but let's give this a try. This week's The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly of Facebook. Bing! I'm not too sure. I could probably do another one better. Bing! Bing! Okay, I'll practice later.
That's painful. Yeah. This is from an annual pass holders group.
Oh, those kind of people?
Can someone explain the candlelight processional dinner? How do you see the actors at each restaurant? So this person thinks the actors come to the restaurant and do the candlelight processional for you So yes, Neil Patrick Harris is going to come into Beer Garden, get on the stage and do the candlelight processional. And then he's going to go down to Garden Grill and do the same thing on the as the restaurant rotates. He's going to be in the middle and doing the candlelight procession.
Yeah. Instead of a mariachi band, they're going to have the choir come in and sing for the whole restaurant.
Right, exactly. No, so if you don't know, the candlelight processional is a show at Epcot in the American Gardens Theater, and there are dining packages which allow you to dine before the show in the restaurant, and they give you a little ticket that gets you preferred seating at the show, but you eat first and then you go to the American Gardens Theater to see the show. They do not come into the restaurant. Yeah. No. I remember that time Whoopi Goldberg, came into Nine Dragons and yeah.
Oh yeah. You were there that day? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was cool. She was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I have one here. Does anyone have a link to some sort of calendar that shows what's going on at Disney and all the events? And I wish I could have responded to it because I would have said, yeah, Michael Z. Yeah, just email michaelzarconi@gmail.com and he'll tell you all about it. Or just listen to the show.
Surprised people don't go to the official Disney website, the Disney World website.
What?
People say,
what? They actually have one of those?
Yeah. And people ask about like pricing. How much is it going to cost me to go next April? And we're like, go on the website and plug your numbers in, and then you'll know how much it's going to cost next April. So
yeah, the
Disney website. Go ahead.
One I didn't read was someone said, "Is there any way I can find out all the prices of all the meals at the restaurants?" I don't know.
Same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the little thing you have in your hand that you probably use to post that to that group. You can use that same.
Google works.
You can use that same technology to find out pretty quick.
We give the Walt Disney World website a lot of grief for being slow and crashing a lot. But truthfully, the Walt Disney World website has a lot of information at your fingertips. Character meet and greets, you could find those. If you learned how to use the app, you could find out where Belle is going to be on Tuesday.
Really?
If you know how to use the app correctly. Wow. Yes.
Yeah. Technology is amazing, isn't it, Tony Ann? Just absolutely amazing. With Disney, it depends. Sometimes they have good days and sometimes they have bad days.
That's true.
We were talking about being old the other day, talking about Rich on the Patreon a little bit and how I'm getting older. The only thing good about being our age is that we did all our dumb stuff before the internet came out.
Absolutely.
So we don't
absolutely. Nobody saw me doing dumb stuff. It's people saw me, but it's not forever on the internet.
Yeah. So that's a good.
The pictures of me doing
one of
the
the
dumb
good
stuff.
We were complaining about being old, but that's one of the good things about getting old.
Yeah. I have one more, and I see our friends are starting to join us. We see you down there, friends. But I just have one more Facebook to do.
Well, hit everybody.
So, okay, I want a quick elopement in front of Disney. We have never been to Disney except my senior high school trip, and that was horrible. We are big kids at heart, a blended family, 3 boys under 9. We don't want a dinner party or a big party, just a quick fun thing, then playtime in the park and eat what we want with 3 kids. It's all of our first time, and we'll have maybe 2 to 3 other adults with us to help with the kids. We just want to have a quick thing and have fun. Is this a thing? Thanks in advance. So this person wants to just get married in front of Disney. In front of Disney, they want to get married. So I asked her what she meant by in front of Disney. Does she mean like in front of the castle? And she's not sure. She said she was actually thinking of possibly getting married in front of the Harry Potter castle.
What?
That was her answer to me. So I had to explain to her, and other people explained to her, that if you get caught having a gorilla wedding at Disney, you can get banned for life. So you shouldn't do that. And Harry Potter is in fact not at Disney. He's at Universal. So we had to break it down for her those 2 ways. So, I mean, I know there are people that do have these gorilla weddings where it's just like them and an officiant and, no, but if you're seen, if you're caught, you can get in big trouble.
Yeah. Well, they should have. Well, she started out by saying, I just want to be quick and have fun.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things I've always said, and this could probably, if Disney found out, you'd probably get in trouble for this too, but who's going to know kind of thing. Like you can get a theme park view room at one of the monorail resorts and get married on the balcony.
Hypothetically, yes.
Right. And who would know?
Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know?
That would be my suggestion if you want to get married with the castle in the background, is go, and you don't want to spend $50,000 on a Disney wedding. That would be it. How many of our Crusher friends can we sneak into a poly studio? That's a question for another show.
Yeah, probably just as many as you can get on a Disney bus.
How many crushers can we sneak onto the Disney Crush podcast tonight, Dave? Because I assured you that Trey probably wasn't coming, and here he is.
No, I'm loving
our friend Trey.
I love that he's here.
Our friend Trey.
But,
hey, Trey.
Hey, guys.
Tori Hunt said she wasn't coming tonight. She's in the dark, Dave.
Well,
Tori Hunt was not coming on. She had mother things to take care of. So we'll see. She might have to drop off.
Hi. No, I was sad. And then I was like, why am I not hanging out with my friends tonight if I'm sad?
Oh.
So now I'm not sad anymore.
Oh, good. We're glad.
I know.
And last but certainly not least, Dave's favorite listener, maybe, we're going to keep her hanging. Deirdre.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Deirdre. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, I was fine until you said that.
Until I said maybe.
Until you said maybe. What were you two talking about before I got here?
Oh, if you only knew.
Anyway, so we are going to talk tonight about our dinner at Sear Plus C. Trey dropped off, so I think Trey couldn't find a listening device.
Oh, he's probably looking for one.
Okay. We talked a little bit about our group. Popcorn Soup is a chat that we have going where some of us that like finer dining and weird food and recipes often talk about some of the places we've eaten, places we'd like to eat, places at home that we've eaten, recipes that we've tried. And we decided that we wanted to have kind of a nicer meal at the beginning of our meetup before everybody got there. So we settled on Sear Plus C because the restaurant, our first choice, Kappa, was closed for renovations. So I do want to talk a little bit about booking Sear Plus C. Sear Plus C is at Sear NC is at the JW Marriott in Bonnet Creek, which is technically on property. So it was not a big deal getting an Uber from a Disney resort there. I had that picture of the sign of the restaurant. I don't know where it went. That's weird. And we booked it on Open Table. We were able to actually book it at the 90-day mark, and I booked a table for 10. And then we added people. We decided to invite Trey and Jen Pulliam. So we added 11. I was able to text the restaurant through the Open Table app. And I just said, can we make it 11? And they said, yeah, no problem. And then like the day of the reservation, I said, can we make it 12? And they said, yeah, no problem. And when we arrived, they had our table for 12 ready. It was actually ready before Tori got there. We had to wait for Tori. I'm only teasing. There's a sign I was looking for. Sear Plus C. Sear and C. Sear and C is a Michelin recommended restaurant. Tori, can you talk a little bit about Michelin star, Michelin recommended, what that means?
It just means that your city paid a lot of money to Michelin to come and judge your restaurants. It's true. It's
political.
Yeah. I think it could be said that it might be slightly questionable, but I mean, for me personally, I just enjoy the sport of trying to score a table at a Michelin star restaurant. It's much like getting the group one in a virtual queue.
Okay.
So, and there are some places like in Thailand, there's this amazing little street shop owned by a woman who is supposed to make supposedly the best crab omelet in the world, right? And it's a tiny little, I think it seats like maybe 10, you know? And so people line up around the block to try to get in. And I think that's kind of that's the appeal for a lot of us, is to just try to
right. So it could be fine dining, or it could be a hole in the wall.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Like noodle carts in Shanghai, or like the place we went to that night.
Right.
So.
Right.
I think I should start a little kiosk with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with bacon on it and see if I could get
a Michelin star.
Maybe I could. Maybe I just could.
So we went with 12 of our closest friends. And here, I have a picture of our 12 closest friends. If you're not in this picture, it doesn't mean you're not one of my 12 closest friends.
And we apologize to those people that are listening audio. You can't see the pictures, but
yeah, but it was they put us in this big long table, and it was ready for us when we arrived. So that was nice. One of the things we perused the menu ahead of time. We had a couple of things we wanted to try. It is a seasonal menu. It does change, but there are some things that stay permanently. So what were you excited to try, Rebecca? Because I'm sure you looked at the menu ahead of time. What were you looking forward to?
I actually didn't.
You didn't look at the menu ahead of time?
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I like to go in blind, but I knew that I would be sharing with a bunch of people and trying a lot of different things. So that's why I just went in with no thoughts in my head, really.
Deirdre, when we told you we were going there, did you even look it up, or you just said wherever we're going, you're good?
Yeah, wherever Tony and Dave are going, I'll go. But Dave wasn't there. No, it sounded good, and you did send the menu, and I think I glanced at it and thought it looked nice, but I didn't pick anything out in particular that I wanted to get.
Okay.
I knew I'd have to wait and see what I felt like eating when I got there.
I don't know that Trey was really a last minute add-on, so I don't even know if he had a chance to look at the menu.
I was such a last minute add-on that I had booked an Uber to the Dolphin because that's where I thought this was.
Oh, God.
I don't remember who I was texting with. They were like, "Why are you going to the Dolphin?" I was like, "Well, I'm going for dinner."
So it is at the JW Marriott in Bonnet Creek. Like I said, it's Bonnet Creek is that little area that Walt couldn't get anybody to sell to him. It's basically between Riviera and Typhoon Lagoon. It's on property, but not technically on property. And I think our Uber from Bay Lake Tower cost $9, no more than if we went from Bay Lake Tower to Disney Springs. It was just as much and just as easy to get there. And we then went to the treehouse from there. And again, very easy, right on property. And if you drive, it's very easy to get to too. So I'll tell you what I was excited about. There was a drink that I saw on the menu. It was a key lime gimlet, and it was really good. It had aquafaba on it. Dave, you know what aquafaba is?
No.
He doesn't know what aquafaba is. Tori,
My drink also had it.
Tori, what's aquafaba?
I don't even know how someone figured this out, but they could, if you whip up.
We Googled it. Oh.
Yeah, if you whip up garbanzo bean juice, like the liquid in a can.
In a can of chickpeas, right.
And if you whip that up, it's like egg whites.
Right, and that's what was on the top of my drink.
It's nuts. Who figured that out?
Trying to make it vegan, like
I guess so.
cocktails vegan.
Some
is that
vegan.
the reason behind it?
Right. Well, and there are a lot of cocktails that have whipped egg whites in them. And
Right.
That scares a lot of people.
Did yours have, because it looks like yours had aquafaba too, or
Mine did have aquafaba also.
Mhm. Yes.
I had the fire element and the aquafaba.
It was on a lot of the cocktails.
Oh, okay. I guess they're trying to keep the cocktails vegan. That rosemary in Rebecca's drink was set on fire when it was brought to the table. So, and Deirdre, I actually have video of what you had. You had a smoky old fashioned.
I think it was called Dressed in Smoke.
There we go.
Look that up.
I can never just we remove the board, just finish in the box. A little bit of apple would look good too. Campfire in a glass box.
Campfire in glass. Mr. Fancy Pants. You just have to take in the smoke. It's very smoky.
Here this evening. Campfire in a glass box.
It's like you're back at the cabin, Deirdre. Cheers.
Deirdre, was it a campfire in the box?
It smelled delicious.
How did it taste?
I love the smell of smoke. It tasted good. It tasted smoky. It was
Nice.
bourbon. It was bourbon and Mata Tinto vermouth, Galliano, and orange oil.
Cool. Did you have anything, any kind of beverage, Trey?
Yeah, I had an espresso martini.
How was it good, or was it like any other?
It was very good. It did keep me up until the wee hours of the morning, but it was delicious.
I thought that was me that kept up to the wee hours in the morning. Oh man.
Well, one of those things.
Okay. I heard that you had the best salad of your life.
Absolutely. Now, I will say that's probably heavily influenced by day drinking also, but it tasted like the best salad I've ever ever had.
Let me see. I know I have a picture of it. I just got to figure out which picture it is. Is it this one? No, those are scallops.
That was my entree.
They're very small, the pictures. No, those are scallops too.
Again.
There it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the best salad of my life, but
so good.
tell me about it.
It had like this whipped burrata
Mm-hmm.
on it that was delicious, and it had balsamic pearls, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it was really good. And then those onions were like a pickled onion, and it was delicious. Yeah.
So it was probably like molecular gastronomy making the balsamic pearls, but yeah. So
well, it was fantastic.
I pulled up the menu just to get an idea, and the prices. Look at that. The caviar, $1. These are the actual prices online. This is not correct. I will tell you that the caviar was not $1. It was more like 85. So, yeah, don't go by the prices, but that is, that was the menu. Those were the starters and the salads. There you go. The heirloom tomato salad. It was not $1. I don't know why the prices came up like that, but
that's great marketing. They get you in the door thinking you get these great prices.
It was not $1. Let's see. Tori and Rebecca and myself and Glenn, we shared a bunch of appetizers. One of the things we got was the charred octopus. I have to say that it was good. I don't know that it was the best octopus I've ever had in my life, though. What do you guys think?
I don't know about best, but I think it was really good. Like one of my favorite. I think everything was my favorite thing, but it was one of my favorite things.
So it was, I can't even pronounce half that stuff. So it had a verde sauce and ceviche salads and marble potatoes. I don't see that on here, but maybe it did.
Well, it was only $1. That was a great deal.
It's those little circles are the potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
They were just like little chips.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was good.
It was good, and it was prepared very, very well. Octopus is one of those things that people can get wrong. Really
right. It was
easily.
not chewy. Like I've had octopus that's been cooked wrong and it was chewy.
Right.
And it wasn't. One of the other things we had were the scallops, which I think were one of my favorite things.
Mine too.
And I have been known not to like scallops sometimes because sometimes you get them and they're just not cooked right. And that's what I realized. It's not that I don't like scallops. It's that the scallops I've had just weren't cooked right. So.
More smoke.
Yeah. There was a lot of showmanship at this restaurant. When we got there initially, the server made a big speech to us, how he was going to take care of us, explain the drink menu, explain the starters, explain the mains. He was very attentive, and he had other servers that were working with him to keep us happy as a table of 12. And I will say, I think that's where you notice a step above other restaurants, even signature restaurants at Disney. I think the service at this restaurant, you see the difference that service was much more important at this restaurant. So
he was excellent.
Yes.
He was like so helpful the whole time, explained everything.
Right.
It was really good.
I agree.
And I loved the scallops. That was actually one of my favorite.
It was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I usually stay away from scallops because I grew up on the Gulf Coast and we had scallops a lot. But these were, and I usually am let down, but these were really good.
They were. I thought excellent.
Do you have the prices, the real original prices, not the dollar prices?
Let me look on Open Table and see if it comes up now, because
I have Open Table open and it also says $1.
It says $1.
Okay. Well, I got to go check it out.
It's not $1.
Oh.
It's not $1. It's not $1. I know, like the caviar was $85 because we decided not to order it because it was going to be like 1 ounce of caviar and 4 of us were going to try to share it, and that wasn't going to really. We're going to get our money's worth with that. So I, just to give you an example, that I think was probably the most expensive of the store. I know the bone marrow was $40, and that bone marrow came with like 4 little pieces of bread that we cut in half, and so we each kind of scraped a little bit off that bone marrow. The bone marrow
was delicious.
You said was one of your best.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites. I just thought it was. I love like really earthy flavored things. It sounds kind of gross, but it was earthy and buttery, and they hit it with some acid that I thought just played really well against the richness.
Yeah. So let me see what it says about the bone marrow. A caper salsa, horseradish vinaigrette, and brioche toast points. And it was not $1. I assure you it was $40. I think we have one more add-on to the show, Dave, to help with your editing. That's our friend. Oh, it's Ben Chesler. I didn't know they let Ben Chesler into fancy restaurants.
I got him out of here.
He wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Glenn Kessler was there. We just showed your drink. We showed your smoky drink, but let's see if we got your opinion of it. That's just a still. This is
Campari as an aperitivo. A touch of sweet remove orange zest. Finished in the box. A little bit of apple with smoke here this evening. Campfire in a glass box.
That's how you do it.
How was it, Glenn? Deirdre loved it.
I loved it too. Deirdre and I have very similar tastes. I think big bourbon fans, and that did not disappoint. It was sharp and flavorful,
and it was $1. No, it wasn't. It was $30. My drink apparently was $1.
So I do have the menu pulled up from the J&W Marriott website if anybody wants to know actual price.
Okay. Looks like appetizers are like $24.
Yeah, it ranged depending on what it was. Like I said, the caviar was the most expensive, and I know the bone marrow was $40.
Yeah, the octopus was $24. The scallop is $19.
The scallops that was a good value because they were really good.
Yeah.
The steak tartare was $24.
Okay, so can we talk about the steak tartare, Tori?
The salads were $14.50.
That was exquisite. It was so rich.
That's not it. That's more scallops. Who took that beautiful
salad?
That's an amazing picture. Nope, that's a drink. These pictures really. This is riveting. But the steak tartare was my favorite thing of the whole.
There it is.
Glenn's showing.
Oh, Glenn has it. Whatever.
So it looks like a hockey puck.
It doesn't look that appetizing, but it was really good. I had a little taste of it.
It was amazing.
Most people were saying that was their favorite.
It was my favorite.
Was it Wagyu?
I think it was. I think it was. Let me see.
I think it was. It doesn't say on there, but I do think it was. It was my favorite, I think.
It was definitely my favorite. I'm really sad that I can't find this picture because it's really, oh, well. So.
We can describe it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was
like
dog food shaped in a perfect hockey puck with some wheat thins.
Yeah, stay tuned for more riveting food talk with Tori.
There you go. Yep.
Dog food as a hockey puck.
Yeah.
That sounds really, really good.
With wheat thins, yeah.
Well, for $1, what do you expect? I mean, come on, hello.
That's true. It was only $1, so yeah. Oh, Michael's here.
Hey, Mike.
There it is. I've got it. There it is. It does look like a raw hamburger patty, which it basically is, but a really, really good one.
Is it raw?
It's raw, you donkey. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was really good. And those crisps, we should have saved them for the bone marrow. I realized after we got the bone marrow that we needed just a little bit more. Glenn, do you want to speak to the bone marrow? Tori said it was earthy and gooey and acidic.
I would agree with that. I also found that it was not enough. It was very meager in quantity. I mean, the bones were Flintstones. They were huge. But the meat inside was really, really less than, I think, ideal for sharing. We got a couple of
scrapes.
Bites, and you could mostly, I would say you could mostly taste the toppings and less the bone marrow. Yeah, I was not a fan.
Deirdre, did you get an appetizer? You got scallops?
I had the wedge salad.
Oh, do I have? I think I have a picture of that too. No, that's scallops again.
Oh my gosh, you have pulled up the scallops for every
salad.
Who had the frozen daiquiri? Oh, here it is. It looks like scallops.
There's your wedge salad. Glenn, tell everybody what a wedge salad is.
Lazy salad. Lazy. They make you work for it.
Lazy salad.
But look, they cut it into 4 pieces.
That is more than you get at Steakhouse 71. They give you one.
Well, they were small wedges, and the bacon was really good, and it had a quail egg on it, so that was unusual. But it was really good. I ate every bit of it.
I would be worried about a wedge salad at a place like Whispering Canyon. I think they would just throw a head of lettuce at you, and that would be it. Like, if it breaks open on your head, like, that's a bonus, but you got to do all the work here. So,
Trey, do you have the price for the wedge salad? Do you still have the menu up?
I do.
He put his phone down. See, he doesn't know we gave him a job now. Because this probably says it's $1.
The wedge is $16.
$16. All right.
Well, these prices aren't
really
bad.
I'd be really upset if I got there and it was $1. It wasn't $1. I'd be like, oh, that's not bad though. $16. Real. I mean, when you consider the level of the restaurant, it was.
It was good.
All right. So my friend Andy is not feeling well. Actually, he said to tell you that he has a beef with Dave, and that's why he's not on tonight. But honestly, he's not feeling good. He said it made for more interesting talk if he said that he didn't
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it either because it's probably a good thing he didn't come on.
Yeah. So he had the filet with he upgraded it to have an Oscar style, which is crab meat. And Andy, our friend Andy, he knows steaks. He and his friends, they have this whole club where they make steaks and they go to the butcher and they pick them out. And Andy said this was the best steak he's had at Disney. He said he ranked them for me. And he said this steak was number 1. Topolino's comes in second. Citrico's comes in third. Flying Fish comes in fourth. And Jico comes in fifth. So he said this steak was better than all of those other Disney signature steaks.
So
that's saying something because I know that steak at Citrico's is really good.
And Trey, how much was that steak?
I think they're down as market price. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm upset with Andy because I sat right next to him and he didn't tell me how great that was.
The menu that I have says it's $54.
That sounds about right. Tori, did Joe say how his steak was?
Adding the crab added $19.
Okay. He didn't really say?
He said it was okay.
Okay.
Which is disappointing for a place that has the word sear in its name.
Right. But he didn't get the full, he got a different cut, didn't he get?
He got the ribeye.
Okay.
So that should have been,
that should have been better.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking.
So
we were talking right before you guys came on, and I mentioned to Tony Ann that the name was kind of, to me, a little strange. Did he?
Well, go ahead.
No, that's okay. Good.
Ask them about the name. Ask them.
Yeah. Did anybody else get that same feeling I did? I mean, I was like, that's kind of a strange name, Sear and Sea.
I kept wanting to call it Salt and Sear because that makes more sense to me. But
Andy actually, in his review, called it Seersucker. Yeah, we had trouble remembering what the name of the restaurant was.
Okay, Deirdre, we have different menus. I have the ribeye was 70 and the filet was 65 on this one.
Well, it's probably the more expensive menu because prices haven't gone down.
That's true.
So
yeah, this is the one on the Marriott.com website. So, we don't know.
Did anybody get the tomahawk steak for 150?
No, none of us got that. We also got oysters, which were oysters. I mean, they were on the half shell. They were, So, I mean, I've had oysters at Hooters, and now I've had oysters at Sear and Sea. So,
could you tell a difference between the two?
Not really. No, they were oysters. I don't know. Rich says you never have oysters in a month that doesn't have an R in it. Is that true, or is that not the case anymore? That used to be an old wives. If the month doesn't have an R in it, you shouldn't have oysters. That's what he always used to say.
Dave should ask his friend Lori from Louisiana about that.
I don't do oysters, and I don't. Yeah, I just no.
I think that used to be true, but I don't think it's true anymore. I think you could have oysters year round now. So now a couple of our friends had the Bronzino. That's what that is, right? That's the Bronzino.
I don't think that's it.
No.
Was there was another fish on the menu?
Let me see. I'm looking for the menu.
Or no. Samantha and I both got the Branzino, but
that was the grouper that you were just showing coming in.
Oh yes, that was a grouper that Noreen was not impressed with.
Yeah, she didn't think it was.
Yeah, Noreen
awesome.
had fish also, but
Noreen said she's had better fish.
I want to know what that sauce
is. Disappointing in a restaurant. Oh, I could. We had the.
It says extra Pinot broth, I think, but that doesn't make sense to me based on what it looks like.
It was the Gulf Catch. It was the Gulf Cache.
It says cioppino broth, but
Patty pan squash, fairy tale eggplant, pearl onions, sweetie drop peppers, and herb oil. Well, I see the sweetie drop peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And how much was that tray? Do you know?
36.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Maureen was not impressed.
Yeah. Again, the prices are not outrageous. They're,
No, they're Disney prices.
Mhm.
They're like Disney signature prices.
Okay, that's Trey's amazing salad. That's
or
the
as we
wedge.
like to call them, scallops.
There's the scallops.
No,
That's
that's the
amazing
salad.
photography, Trey. That's really beautiful.
Did you show the scallop video, Tony Ann?
Yes, I did. Yes, I. Would you like to see it again, Glenn?
Oh, she showed the scallops.
You can relive it.
So much better with the audio.
We talked a little bit before you came on, Glenn, about the service. What did you think about our server and how he treated us?
Amazing. I mean, that really set the tone for how the evening was going to go. He was incredibly professional, capable, confident, and it just made us all feel, I felt, very at ease, like it was a high class, kind of experience that we were going to get, and that he was going to be attentive to us. I normally travel with a son who's got allergies, and I'm always looking for the level of service in terms of like, can I trust that the kitchen is going to do what we needed to. This guy, immediately had that kind of confidence level.
Right. And like I had said before you came on, compared to Disney signature restaurants where I'm used to getting great service there, I think this was above that. He was above a California Grill or a Citrico's even, Flying Fish. I had an experience at Flying Fish where it was our anniversary. We made it clear it was our anniversary, and the server just stayed with us. So, wanted to chit chat with us, and it was like, it's our anniversary. But yeah, so did anybody have this macaroni and cheese that Noreen and Samantha say was amazing?
I'm very happy to say that I was given a noodle or two.
I tasted it. It was good. I like the big noodles. It's like a rigatoni.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'd say it was good, but I don't know if I would put it in like any of the best mac and cheeses on property.
I only had one noodle, so I don't think I could really, speak to it. But the people that had it said it was really, really good. So
the menu says it's pimento cheese.
Yeah, it was pimento cheese.
So it's got that creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Do we not have a Talmadge time segment here? Because
we can.
Talmadge time.
Hi, Talmadge.
Hi, Talmadge.
He's not having it.
We had a big storm come through here. We had tornado watches and stuff. He would have loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2:00 this morning woke me up.
We had a 2:00.
Tornado warnings.
We had a 2:00. Yeah. Our phones all went off. That is a good looking group of people. Really. All right. We talked about the drinks. I think that was it. We didn't have any dessert because we were going to
the sides. You didn't talk about the cabbage.
Oh, I don't have pictures of those, but we did.
Yeah, the cabbage.
We got a bunch of sides that our group of 4 that was all dining at small plates together, and we got the cabbage. The
cabbage was my favorite of the sides.
Do I have I don't have the sides. Nope, I don't have the sides.
Yeah, I think you told me about the cabbage, Tony Ann.
It was Ember baked cabbage with beef tallow, bacon aioli, and chives.
Yeah, it just hit right. Everything. The balance was perfect with the smokiness and it was fatty. I assume that was the tallow.
Probably, yeah.
And then just the acid, like that's in, like kind of that bitterness that's already in cabbage. I found it stunning.
It was really, really good. I really like the Brussels sprouts. I don't have a picture of them or the description, but I thought they were really good, and I don't know what was on them. Does anybody know?
Very descriptive. It says sesame vinaigrette and Duca spices, but I feel like there was more than that on them.
And there was one miss, Tori. And unfortunately, I'm embarrassed to say I'm the one that ordered them because they said, choose a vegetable. And I chose the mushrooms.
Right.
And the mushrooms tasted like vinegar. That's all they tasted like.
They were pure acid. Yeah. And there was no fat. I wanted them to be, because doesn't it say brown butter?
Yeah.
In the description?
Cashew butter and black garlic. You would not have thought it tasted
It just tasted like vinegar.
You didn't get any of that.
No.
I was so disappointed.
It was almost like shades of the scallops that we had at that food booth a couple of months ago. Just overwhelmingly bitter and acidic and not good at all.
Yep.
So that was what we had. We I think, was that everything we had? I think that was.
Did you talk about the amuse-bouche?
Oh no, I didn't. We got an amuse-bouche. Do you know what it was though?
It was like a little mushroom on top of like cream cheese or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it had more of a truffle.
Truffly, mushroom.
I thought it tasted like green bean casserole.
It had that. No, it totally. It 100% had that. Yeah, because of the shallot.
Crispy shallots.
Yeah.
Tasted kind of like cream mushroom soup.
Yep.
Tiny. You can see the fork tines.
Yeah, it was tiny.
That's perfect.
But it was a complimentary amuse-bouche, so we weren't expecting it. It's always a nice thing to get, and
honestly, what it lacked in size, it made up for in flavor. I did not think it was good. It was meager. It really filled the mouth. The cheese in there kind of coats the mouth, and it had a good little bit of a snap to it as you kind of crunched on the mushroom or whatever it was.
Yeah,
for sure. I brought an amuse-bouche from home though, in a mason jar.
You did.
Right. Yeah.
Cherry gastrique.
Yeah, that's right. I had made a cherry gastrique and I made everybody taste it. So suck it, truffle, mushroom, whip, green bean casserole bite.
We were going to steal that gastrique. It was that good.
I actually have a video of that, which I didn't send.
Oh, Tori.
Take it.
It was really, really good.
Oh, I didn't know you had a video.
It was really good. She gave it out.
Positively craven that you're handing it out. Like your eyes are so wide. It's great.
It's like passing around the moonshine.
That's right. So, Trey, was it worth the trip to the Dolphin and then the JW Marriott? Would you go back there with your family?
I would. It was really good. It's probably one of the best meals I've had on property or off property.
Now, Rebecca, you live in New York where you can get fine dining all the time. How does it? Is it someplace you would go back to?
Yeah, I think it was really good. I think it was on par with a solid restaurant. Not the best I've ever had. Somewhere I would go back.
Tori, as a chef, what do you think?
I don't know if I'd go back.
Okay.
I think there's just too many other
places to try.
Right. I mean,
we want to get to Kappa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Deirdre, are you glad we invited you?
Yes, it was nice you invited me, and I would definitely go back.
Good. What if Dave was going? Would you still go?
I wouldn't go with Dave because he wouldn't. He would only eat meat.
As long as Andy's not there. As long as Andy doesn't come, I'm going.
Andy said that steak was the best he's ever had on Disney property. Better than Citrico's, Flying Fish, Chico, Topolino's. All right. And Glenn, what did you think? Would you go back?
I had almost no expectation for this place. This was the backup plan after Kappa was unavailable to us. I didn't do much prep and research, just knew that it had a couple of items I had looked at and thought looked good. I was overwhelmed by how good the service was. How good most of the food and drinks were. Just a very couple of misses, fine. But to Tori's point, now that we've started venturing out beyond just Disney restaurants and Disney resorts and things, and we're at the JW Marriott and Bonnet Creeks and things like that. Yeah, there does sound like there's just too many good things to go back here again. But I don't know. There was some. So,
is there any place other than Kappa in your sites that?
I don't have anything major. Ravello, I've heard good things about as well. So I'd love to, see what that's all about. And I do want to experience this, maybe a little off brand, but I want to do a bug crawl through Disney Springs and, take people to get the guacamole that's got the crickets on top, add Frontiera Conchina and Salt and Straw. It's got the mealworm. I think there was one other place that had a bug meal. So
that sounds like a TDC event. Glenn's bug crawl. Yeah.
I see a YouTube video in someone's future.
Yeah, I do see that. Yes. I know one of the places I had recently on my radar was a restaurant that Richard Blaze has that's near Disney Springs. It's called Four Flamingos. And I think I'd like to check that out. And Bull and Bear, which is, like Sear and Sea, Bull and Bear. So.
Do their salads look like scallops?
No, but I don't know if they have the best salad ever.
There's a Japanese place that I think got starred. And I want to try that one.
Mm-hmm. And that actually, another thing, not starred, but that hotel, that resort, the JW Marriott on the high and the top level has a Japanese place with sweeping views of the fireworks and stuff. I don't remember what it's called, but that's another place we should maybe check out now that we're venturing off property. So, Dave, will you venture off property with us?
Only if Deirdre's there.
Okay. We'll make it happen.
And Andy's not
there.
So. Yeah, don't want that Andy guy there. He's right. Trouble.
We can make that arrangement.
Well, is anything else we needed to add? Anybody have anything any side gigs or anything we need to know about? No. I don't think this group has.
Do we have a new YouTube channel coming with Glenn and Tori by any chance? Or
oh yes, Food Time with Glenn and Tori.
Yeah, if you haven't check out the Disney Crush podcast. You can find it there on YouTube.
On the videos on our YouTube channel because Tori wants it to live forever.
Mm-hmm.
It was that good, obviously.
You guys did a great job.
All it confirmed to me was how terrible I am on camera and how amazing Glenn is.
No, you were pretty amazing, Tori.
He's just effortless.
No, it was great watching it happen. I was able to watch it while you guys were doing it and to see the final project. It was really cool. It was really good. So.
I have to give my daughter credit for that. She did it all.
That really, she is the MVP because that was not even watchable before Leilani got on it. Like
she had nothing to work with.
So now I know who I have to hire to make my "I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore" video that I really want to make.
Probably,
I've been talking about for like 15 years now. Eventually, we're going to get it.
And she just whipped it right out too. I mean, that was quick.
Right, it was 2 days later, right?
Yeah, I was
like she went to her room because I had like spliced everything. Just the tiny bits that were
in order.
Not even in order. I just like started like airdropping them to her, and she just went do. And my instructions to her was make it funny and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. And then I'd come in and try to do the little micromanagement. She's like, "Mom, trust me." She's like, "Mom, it's good." So
those are the same instructions you gave me. Make it funny and keep it moving. All right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's your move. That's all you got. I don't know.
So that video is available on the Disney Crush YouTube channel if you didn't see it, and it's really funny. It's Glenn and Tori going around some of the food and wine booths. Dave, anything we need to say before we close out?
No, just thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. And Tony Ann said we talked about this before, that she said it was a 9 out of a 10, this restaurant for her. So I think that, I think everybody had a good meal, and I'd like to go try it from all the pictures.
I think the company made it even more special.
Yeah.
I got to sit across from Hot and Noreen, so that was awesome.
Awesome.
That's where all the smoke came from.
Exactly. Exactly.
A lot of smoke going on over there.
I love her. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Rebecca, Trey, Deirdre, Tori, Glenn, David, and Andy for giving us his input too.
Yeah.
So
this is going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. So until next week, bye everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.